Hey drummers, hope you're doing well. Shout out to everybody who asks this. Can we have some cowbell grooves, please? I'm always surprised how often people ask this, but I get it. Cowbells are awesome. Cowbells are epic. You might have noticed I'm playing electronic drums today, so this will be my cowbell today. I've replaced the second tom with a cowbell. If you're on acoustic kit, obviously use an acoustic cowbell. The first question to ask, I always think, is like, where do we put the cowbell? So when I was a kid, when I was 14, 13 maybe, I pestered my mum and dad for a cowbell, and I got one for Christmas or birthday or something, I don't remember. And then it occurred to me that two things: one, I didn't have any way of mounting it like on the kit, and secondly, I didn't have a clue what to do with it. So I went to the Cambridge Drum and Guitar Centre, was it called? Yeah, on Norfolk Street, and I got a little clamp, and it went on the bass drum. And actually, I thought that's a pretty 70s place to put the cowbell, but it's pretty good. So I'm kind of working on the assumption you've got it like either clamped to the bass drum like that, or somewhere in this area. You could put it other places, couldn't you? You could put it over on the left, you could put it over on the right, but I'm working on the assumption that it's here. And I'm going to present here 3 classic grooves just to get you started. They all have the same theme to them, and that's just that the cowbell plays the quarter note, which I would say on balance, if you think of a lot of classic cowbell tunes, is probably the classic place to start. Something like this. So as you're playing a regular rock type of beat, 1, 2, 3, 4, backbeat on the snare, 2 and 4. We're playing all 4 quarter notes, all 4 crotchets with the right stick, if you're right-handed, on the cowbell. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's groove number 1 of 3 I'm going to present here. It is simply that. So when you do your first ever drum lesson, right? And your drum teacher gets you going, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like a classic quarter note feel, bass drum and hi-hat, snare drum and hi-hat. That, but cowbell instead of hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would get you going. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Occasional drum fill. That would work, and that's groove number 1. Groove number 2 just builds on that. Here we're going to play 1, 2, 3 and 4. 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 So this, here's a phrase that I've said probably more than anything else on this channel ever. It depends where you're at with your playing, with your drumming. If you've been playing a long time, that'll be no big deal at all. For drummers starting out, one of the things that's tricky here is because you're playing just a quarter note with the right stick or your lead stick. 1, 2, 3, 4. When the bass drum gets a bit more busy, often what drummers will find at first is that cowbell hand will go with the bass drum, right? But our aim here is to keep that cowbell firmly on the quarter note. So it will take a bit of slowing down, bit of programming in. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. If you need to, just say the events out loud. Patience is a deadly weapon here. Genius is just perseverance in disguise, all the usual cliches. Go slow, say it out loud, like cowbell and bass drum on its own, cowbell and snare. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Well, that's your groove number 2. And finally, just to get a bit more funky, this is a little bit like, not exactly like, but a little bit like the cowbell moment in Def Leppard's Photograph that I did a video about yesterday. So I thought it was a nice chance to throw this in. Here's a little 2-bar phrase. This is our third of our grooves. It will go like this. So here, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. Here the bass drums dropping in between the cowbells. 1, 2, here, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 Again, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4. Last time, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4. That's your groove number 3. So I would say, if you've just got yourself a cowbell, stick it, mount it on your bass drum. Be careful not to scratch it. If you've got lovely paintwork, put a duster or some protective thing underneath so it doesn't scratch it, or on a simple stand or whatever. Just put it somewhere so you could hit it a bit like you would a ride cymbal or a hi-hat. Play quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, along with the backbeat on 2 and 4. And then those 3 examples are just to get you started. That's a great place to start. That is only the tip of the cowbell iceberg, needless to say, but that would be get you started if you're just beginning with your cowbell grooves. Thanks for watching as always, really appreciate it. Shout out to all the channel members and in fact everyone who asks about cowbell grooves. There you go. As usual, on the channel members page just now, I'll post a notation and a practice along version for each of these 3 grooves. Obviously the notation is the notation. The practice along version you can hit play on, see it on screen, it will roll on screen, slow it down as much as you like, groove along with it, and hopefully you find that useful. Shout out to all the amazing channel members who support this channel. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. If you found these videos helpful, useful, feel positively about them, and you're in a position to, please consider supporting this channel. You can do that via my Buy Me a Coffee support page. You can buy me a coffee, thanks to all the lovely people who do that, or you can become a channel member. As a channel member for £10 a month, you get a whole load of great features. You're supporting this channel, of course, helping it grow, which I hugely appreciate, but a whole load of great features, including the notation and practice along for these sorts of videos, customized, personalized practice plan for you, updated as you progress, feedback on your drumming, feedback I can do by video message, complimentary 30-minute face-to-face or Zoom session, access to future Zoom sessions or face-to-face sessions after that if you want them, and a whole lot more besides. Thanks for watching as always, really appreciate it. See you soon.